right, guys, I am super pumped about the response I am getting on this car. You guys are pumped about it. It's super out of my comfort zone, and I think the relative norm of this channel and normally what I stand for in a car, not Dodge product, rear-wheel drive is what I like. I went over it on the last video, but it's completely out of my norm, out of my comfort zone, and it needs some work. You guys know that. There's no secret, there's no hiding that it needs some work. I mean, even down to almost every wheel is missing a lug nut. Almost every corner, these wheels are painful. The paint, obviously you guys saw that in the last video. The hood is cooked. But foremost is the engine bay, because I could get past cosmetic stuff and, you know, I could put a lug nuts on it pretty easily, but engine bay wise, like, it needs a new filter desperately. It needs battery strapped down. I know somebody was already saying about putting them in the trunk because they're known for fires, because it's pretty close to the hood, which makes sense. I need to fix this guy. I'm gonna pull that off, and I also need to find that insane exhaust leak. I'm probably losing a bunch of power there, so find the exhaust leak, fix that, and then we can kind of continue to tackle the rest. This will be a fun project, and I'm really pumped for it. So it's not on any great tires in the front. That was another part of what I was talking about. It's only on some like Atlas, I don't even know, Force UHPs. They're like a 215, 45, 17. They're not much tire up front, so its lack of spinning is pretty interesting. So I would imagine a 400 horsepower car on junk-ish tires would spin, but it didn't. Maybe the clutch was slipping a little bit, just a little bit. So you can see the exhaust leak is over in this area, because that's probably from the exhaust leak. If you guys can see that. The heat shielding is pretty much cooked. And yeah, so I already laid under there and I could tell what my problem was, and then the next part of the problem is to fix it. So I gotta order some stuff for it, but let's first go over everything wrong with the Neon. Sorry, SRT-4. Neon guys don't like to be called Neon owners. They're SRT-4 guys. But as I already told you guys, it has, you know, radiator, intake. It has an upgraded turbo, as far as I know. I don't really 100% know for sure what an upgraded turbo looks like, but it has the wastegate actuator upgraded there. So it's got some upgrades on it. And it also has the upgraded intercooler. And now let's slide underneath it on the Fastback Pro here. These things are pretty nice. It'd be cool if I had a lift, but we got a needy Camaro on the lift that is still waiting for engine. Yep. So let's find exhaust leaks, boost leaks, whatever it is. There's some, yeah, like over there. I don't like the way that this intercooler was put in. It's a little sketchy. It looks like it's probably rubbing a hole in the intercooler. Even like the AC looks like it's about to get a hole rubbed into it. But let's go underneath and see what we're looking at here. Okay, so got some blue couplers. Got the, I believe that's the motor mounts on there. Got coilovers, green spring. So what coilover that is, I do not know, but that is definitely an adjustable coilover. All four corners. A little bit of leak on the engine wise. It's got a leak on the transmission side. Don't see anything too bad on the part of the intercooler. I can see. I don't see any punctures or anything. I don't see anywhere where it looks like there was, you know, air or soot or anything kind of pooling up. This is not on good. The radiator isn't on good. You can see right there, those are the radiator mounts. Definitely not supposed to be like that. Somebody kind of did a little half-ass. I can see a drip right there on the bottom radiator hose, so we clearly have a leak there. I can see a little oil buildup on the bottom of the intake down there. You guys can see it. Sorry, it's a little close. It's hard to show you guys and point the light. The wiring harness all looks kind of cooked. Like all this just like confetti looking stuff. Wiring harness is in bad shape. Rubbed through the inner fender well there. You know, another coil over. Axles are good. They're not, no holes in the axles, in the boots, so that's nice. No leaking there. That looks like a power steering cooler right there. Got a bunch of soot on it. And then down here, I don't know how well you guys can see this. So there is all the exhaust flanges. So there's the flange to the turbo. Then there's like this little in-between pipe. I would imagine that's the cat delete, or the high flow catalytic converter that was put on in EPA spec, right there where the O2 sensor is. And then you can see one exhaust bolt is basically on like 2 threadings. And then on this side, we are missing one exhaust nut that goes to the stud. The pipe that goes from the turbo to the exhaust is, yeah, that's the one that's probably leaking. And then once you go to the manifold, so you guys can see here, very difficult to show you guys, but somewhere there you can see the manifold bolts are backing out and the turbo is missing one of its nuts that goes on the stud. It looks like it might have been ruined at some point, and I don't know what I'm gonna have to do, but I gotta pull off the manifold and the turbo and drop some of the exhaust to get to that anyways. There looks like there's supposed to be a bolt there, but there isn't. It just is for like a heat shield. Not a big deal. The motor mounts have definitely been replaced. Or no, this is the this mount that holds the carrier bearing for the axles. Looks like it has been replaced at some point. I can see some different bolts that don't look OEM. So yeah, I gotta order a gasket. Can you guys see that? Yeah, so I gotta order a gasket for the manifold. The driver side of it is completely blown out, and then like the middle of it is blown out also because the bolt is pretty much backed out, and the passenger side looks pretty tight still. But that's probably my main issue, and then the turbo gasket. So just need 2 gaskets and then probably 14 hours worth of labor to get to it. But I can order those and then continue to clean up a bunch of this other stuff. But other than that, it's pretty decent. This filter, it doesn't look that old. It looks like it says 3422 maybe. I don't know. That would maybe make sense. But yeah, so not too bad, not too leaky for a Dodge product from the 2000s. Looks like it has a clutch of some sort in there. It's red, so if anybody knows what a red neon clutch is, let me know. I doubt that's OEM. They probably didn't use a red one, so let me know. And then there's another couple broken vacuum lines and whatnot, so we'll have to repair those, but I'm gonna get this intake off and see what it looks like behind there. All right, well, the e-brake is pulled right now, so can't move there. But much lacking over here, so that's why the e-brake isn't working good. I've been leaving it in gear because I don't trust e-brakes on most cars, this one included. All the wheel bearings feel good, just shook them all, so that's nice. No issues there, super tight. And now to check over the back. Well, it looks like we're missing something back here. I can't put my finger on it, but I would guess there was something back there when it rolled out of the Dodge assembly plant. Yeah, so something's gone. Beefy sway bar back here. Fuel tank looks like a full exhaust. More exhaust leak back here, but that one's probably not that bad. Oh, that's good. Huh. Good. I don't see anything alarming back here. Looks like we're okay. All right, and here is our main issues. I saw this like when I first started messing with this car, but you can see all this like plastic vinyl wrap is melted. That is definitely what I would call in the I've lit a lot of things on fire in my life business. A fire. I would call that a fire. I would assume there was an excessive amount of heat there, open flame, probably from maybe this valve cover right here. Looks like it has been freshly RTV'd, and that's probably not the original bolt, because that's probably not how that went. But again, who am I to say? Because this looks like it would go to on top of it. It's also very stretched. But yeah, so over here, this is the boost reference, and you can see it has a gigantic hole in it. I don't know if you guys can even see that, but gigantic hole. These two lines are melted together. They all go to this vacuum block over here for sensors that is just wrecked. Like zip tied together, all in bad shape pretty much. So I'm gonna hop on and try to buy some new lines today. This one is for the brake booster, it looks like. These two are fully melted together. Let's see where this one goes to. This one goes to the front of the compressor, and it seems like it has a hole in it. And then it connects to the one that's ripped over there, so basically it's not seeing any boost, so it's probably not correcting for fuel correctly. Even like the way that this one goes to here, that's got a crack in it. It's supposed to go onto this pipe down here, but I mean, that was not working out well, I'm sure. So yeah, this vacuum system needs to be cleaned up. I don't know where I'm gonna get all this vacuum stuff, but I'm gonna give it some looks. All right, guys, so as some of you guys know, I'm a big animal fanatic, I guess. I like to own a lot of animals, and I decided recently, chickens have been on the list for a long time since I got this house, and I think the time is now. So I bought this a couple weeks ago, this little baby chicken coop, and it's pretty small. I felt kind of bad. I didn't want to put chickens in here because it's just tiny. It's a good starter, and that was my plan. I was like, okay, I'll get this and then I'll build around it, but we have our kind of our base, our foundation where we could put them in. This is my start of what's going to be the large chicken coop. So I'm going to put this inside of there so they have like the double layer, and then this has the, you know, the ability to get the eggs over here. You can open it here, you can pull this thing out, you know, it's pretty good. It's got a little rain cover, so this is like a good starter, and then it has its own thing, so it's perfect. Now this is going to be a lot bigger. I want it to be semi-movable, and I wanted it to be heavy enough to where an animal can't just like lift it right up. So I got some nice treated wood, and I'm going to make it like a teepee, like an A-frame, and then put a door on the side, put this just kind of like in there, and it should be pretty awesome like that. So time to get to work. I got a bed full of wood there, and I have a doodle of what I think I'm gonna do, and we'll see how it works out. All right, well, it was a little tough getting this thing erected here. I used these guys as just kind of hold it for now, and then I'm gonna put 2 pieces of wood angled cut to match this. But just working on getting the first line of chicken wire around. It's a little weird to get it around the A-frame because either you cut it each spot on an angle and like kind of make it like that, but I wanted it to be continuous, so I have to kind of fold it over itself and staple it over itself and then like zip tied it here to clean it up. But it is one solid continuous piece, and I can use like some metal twist wire, but just making it nice like that. I'll probably end up putting a board across here just to keep this large opening a little tighter. Like there's no large opening really. I'm just going around the full thing, and then I can put the door and cut it. So cut these 2 pieces to where once I, you know, staple all this together, sorry, I'm sweating and it's hot, I can you know, put that tight and then cut the door into there and then put the door right there. So it'll be pretty nice and easy. The eggs will be gotten right in there, and now they have like this little 8-foot by 8-foot square, and they don't actually lose any floor space with this house because the house is underneath. And then over here the house has a little rain, like I guess a little like it's like a sunroom, but they won't get rained on, so that's cool. They can be inside but outside, and it just makes it nice. I don't have to worry about building a spot for them to not be rained on or anything like that. Bowser's been here supervising me. Yep. And other than that, it's going pretty well. It's pretty nice. Painting it wouldn't be that bad, but it'll probably just turn like wood color eventually. I don't know, maybe we can paint it or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll redo this chicken wire at some point. This is pretty cheap. It's like 40 bucks for 35 bucks for the chicken wire. So if I ever feel the inkling to redo it and make it nicer, it's not too difficult. And then just got to make a door. The door will be a little trickier. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it yet. I might just use a piece of plywood because it doesn't really need to be chicken wire on the door, and I got plenty of plywood, so I don't know. That's where I'm at though, so keep going around. I don't know how I'm gonna get to the top, but it's gonna be fun. All right guys, well unfortunately the video ends on this car of just waiting on parts. I ordered a bunch of stuff for it, a bunch of like miscellaneous things that just kind of service items, I guess you'd call it for this, like gaskets and those kind of things. So soon we'll be throwing a bunch of parts on this thing, and I'm really excited for that because I've never worked on a Neon, and it's probably gonna be miserable because of where the turbo's located and stuff. But that's gonna do it for that car. So let's switch back over to what I kind of touched on, was my my chicken coop. So you guys know, big animal person. I tried the vegetable stuff, and I've just kind of started to learn from myself that I am not as good with vegetables and plants as I am with animals. So I'm gonna try my hand at the animal stuff. So here is the chicken coop. It is 90% finished. I just zip tied it across the top, and it's really pretty good up there. I got a little fly catcher out here. I don't think it's caught any flies yet, but I'm hopeful. The door is just made from some scraps I just threw together. I had like this little latch. It's not finished yet, but it's a good start. I've been letting the baby chicks hang out in here during the day when I'm working. Probably adding something that buries into the ground, like some stakes or something to help with predators. I made it heavy on purpose so that, you know, predators can't really get under it as easily, or, you know, digging under it is a little tougher. You guys can see we have a house in there, and I can already tell that there's a lot of things I don't like about this. The door I don't love. I may make the door full height, which is awesome that I just used this scrap, because I still can just make it full height without like a huge amount of, you know, cost or changing of things. So that's cool. But I'm happy with the size. The 8x8 is a good floor plan, and then that it goes up to a triangle is nice. The A-frame, because you don't need as much space up here, and then I didn't have to do a roof, and it just kind of keeps it a little more sealed. And then I also will do a different wire mesh on the lower level, just like a stronger one. There's a stronger one that I'm just the name is escaping me right now, but I know which one to get, so probably end up doing that as well. I have no problem double layering it. This stuff is not that expensive, especially when it keeps your chicken safe. So that's where I'm at. This thing is movable, but I'm probably gonna have to make it permanent. It's like the perfect spot where it gets some shade, it gets some sun, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't go crazy. And then they have their house in here that has the plexiglass, so that they can go in there if it's raining and not be in the rain, or underneath it and then into it. So the eggs will be right on this side, right by the door, but again, full-size door would be nice. But I'm definitely learning that if I made this a big square, it would have been a lot better, but I'll probably keep adjusting this thing as I go, and that's where we're at. So this thing is finished, done, and good. Well, finished for now, so pretty pumped about that. Now let's show you guys the little chicks. If you go in over here, I got the chicks. Hey guys, how you doing? So there's 8 of them. So there is 8 of them. We have Alfredo, Sanders, Rotini, Franklin, Kennedy, Pepe, June, and Teddy. You guys can probably tell the ones that I named. Teddy, Kennedy, Franklin, kind of more my names if you guys know those names. But yeah, 8 of them ready to hopefully be outside pretty soon. They're growing pretty quick. They like the little heat lamp. This bucket works pretty well, and it's just all around pretty good. You know, this spot right here is accessible from inside and outside, so it's perfect. They really like having this so they can go up there and roost. But 4 of them are guaranteed females. The other 4 of them are mixed, so you can kind of tell, like, there's these gray salt and pepper kind of ones that are much different than, like, say like this black one over here and that white one. Those ones have like giant wings and stuff. Very different. Fun nonetheless. But that's gonna do it, guys. Hope you guys are ready to see a little more chicken content. If you guys have some chickens, let me know. More neon content is coming very soon. Super pumped about all that. I'm really excited to start working on the neon, start modifying that a little bit more. She's mad that she's inside. They all are. But hope you guys are excited for some neon stuff, some chicken stuff, and that's pretty much it. It's been super wet. Bradenton still working on their drag strip surface, so won't be racing there for another probably month. Got Camaro updates hopefully coming soon, and that's about it. Hope you guys have a good 4th of July weekend. That'll do it. Thanks for watching. Keep it saucy. I will see you next time. All right, I had to take Luna to the vet because she's been limping the past couple days. Her back leg is hurt. Her back passenger. You can tell when she kind of walks that she doesn't put as much weight on it. Passenger leg. Go to the sniff. Don't go to the bathroom now, please. Please, for me. I'll let you guys know what they say. Wish us luck. Hopefully they don't have to put her down. Well, Luna, that was potentially the worst $215 I've ever spent in my life. They told us that she has a ruptured patella ligament in her knee, and basically you can do surgery, but it'll probably never heal correctly, and it'll always happen. She's like 5 years old or something, maybe 10, I don't even know. But basically she's just gonna have this for the rest of her life. And they gave me a little bit of pills. And they said, she's got this, good luck. Yeah, that's what happened. So, spent $215 on an x-ray, a little bit of pills, and those aren't really nothing, but they're something, I guess. Now I'm back in the car.